Ten Hag has revealed the new training plan for Manchester United during the World Cup break, and obviously we are talking Pogba, how United failed to give him a new contract, and the former manager of Juventus has come out and really said something about him because it has been confirmed he's going to miss the World Cup. Then lastly, we are going to talk about the United players that have been nominated for the Player of the Month award, and that month is obviously October. Not so. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? Rock and David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to go into the lower right bottom corner, smash the subscription button, and after hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel. Remember, we are left with like 300 subscribers to hit 9,000 subscribers. And guys, let's do this. Let's join hands and hit that milestone because we've come a long way, guys. We've come a long way and we couldn't make it without you guys. Now today, we've gotten a statement coming in from, I think, is it Manchester United, being told that official in preparation for the restart of the Premier League late in December, Erik ten Hag, his coaching staff, and those Man United players who will not be featuring the World Cup will participate in a week-long winter training camp in Cadiz during the December winter break. Meaning that towards the start or the restart of the Premier League on 26th of December, United players that will be available and those that would have been and those whose teams would have been knocked out of the World Cup will be in Cadiz during the 19th of December, I think towards the 24th of December, or around 18th of December, because by that time the World Cup would have spent close to 1 month, meaning that Erik ten Hag has really a very huge plan for United, and he knows that that is really going to help them a lot. Now, let's talk about some of the players that might not go to the World Cup. David De Gea confirmed he was left out in the provisional 55-man squad. Obviously, Lindelof is not going. Scott McTominay is not going. Donny van Beek is not going. Anthony Elanga is not going. Martial might not go. So when you look at the starting 11 of Manchester United, most of the players that start for United are really going to go to the World Cup. That is Diego Dallo, Malacia, Luke Shaw, Lisandro Martinez, Varane, Harry Maguire, Casemiro, Christian Eriksen, Bruno Fernandes, Cristiano Ronaldo, Anthony, Fred Rodriguez, Marcus Rashford. You get most of those players might find themselves in the World Cup squads, meaning that the remaining players will be training at Carrington, as I'm going to show you what Erik ten Hag went ahead to go on and confirm to us what they're really going to go ahead and really do into during this period. He said it's a strange season. It's not as usual because there is a World Cup, but also players who won't leave. We have to train them during these 6 weeks and give them the right program to keep them in good physical condition. Meaning that Ten Hag is not going to go on and really give players a break. Those 6 weeks that players are going to spend away in the World Cup, the remaining players will go on and really start training, meaning that no break. Ten Hag is a serious man and wants to keep his players fit. Ten Hag has gone ahead to say that they will be able to train properly. We will have good opponents, which will allow us to have playing time. Then we will come back ready for the second part of the season. Meaning that in that period, United are really going to be having what we call friendly games. Friendly games are really going to be played, and one of those that has been confirmed is that one against Cadiz. You know it very well that United is really going to play Cadiz in December. Towards our game, we are going to be playing against Nottingham Forest at Old Trafford, and the World Cup would have ended like 3 or 4, 5 days back, and obviously we'll be playing that game to go on and really play or prepare ourselves to play against Nottingham Forest. And that's what the manager himself, the gaffer, is really having to say about this. Then he said, Ten Hag on the schedule during World Cup, he said, we will be training here at Carrington for about a week, 8 or 9 days. Then we will take a short break. Then we will resume training and go to Spain for a camp, a week's training. Meaning that the plan is simple. Train at Carrington and then go on to really resume training and then they will return at Carrington and then go to Spain for all to camp in there for you. So it shows you that Ten Hag has a very good plan for these players, and I believe it's really going to be a very good break for Erik Ten Hag because he's left with 4 games to play. On Thursday, United are playing Real Sociedad. Over the weekend, we are playing about Aston Villa. Then in the midweek, we are going to host Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup at Old Trafford. Then after that game, we'll be closing the Premier League into the World Cup break with Fulham away. Meaning that if at all he plays all those 4 games and plays them very well, we might find ourselves leading the group of the UEFA Europa League. That means we'll have advanced to the round of 16 and won't be playing the round of 32, where teams that are really going to finish second in the group of the UEFA Europa League, UEFA Europa League groups are really going to go on and really face teams that have accomplished third into the UEFA Champions League group stages. So then after, that will mean that we might find ourselves into the 4th place because Chelsea is playing Newcastle over there. I think their last game is going to be against Newcastle and Chelsea is playing Arsenal, meaning that even Newcastle is not going to be having an easy go at their 2 remaining games to play. And they've played 1 more game than us. So we might find ourselves finishing 4th before the World Cup break. Then the other game of a team which goes by the names of Aston Villa at Old Trafford Carabao Cup, meaning that we might advance to the next level or stage of the Carabao Cup. And Ten Hag is really so much observant on winning every game. And you've known this, that every time you've had him say things, he has concentrated a lot on United winning every game. That has become a song of Erik Ten Hag, that at Manchester United, the standards are simple. You have to go on and win every game because he wants to get us back to where we are. Remember, we've been a sleeping giant, but Ten Hag wants to get us to the next level of not being that level of the sleeping giants we've been. So I believe it's really going to be a very perfect time for Erik Ten Hag to go on and really meet players at Manchester United and obviously train with them for those 6 weeks. And I believe you're really going to come back a much more better side because some players would have gotten a rest because you're playing very many games this season. And to bring you up to speed, if you are to count that match we've played on Sunday, we are going to be playing 2 games every 3 days. You get, on Thursday we are playing, on Sunday we are playing, then we play again on Wednesday, and then close it on the 13th of November. It shows you how hard the fixture is and how these players need to rest. And pity goes to United because when you look at the players that are really going to go to the World Cup of Manchester United, they are really going to go on and really play until the further stages of the World Cup. Look at Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, maybe Sancho and Rashford, those 4 English players. England might advance up to the semi-finals, meaning that they're going to go on and really add on another 7 games. You get? Look at Lisandro Martinez. Argentina are going to advance until the quarterfinals or semi-finals. Look at Rafael Varane, if at all he goes. France are really going to play until the semi-finals. Those are 7 games. More 7 games in a space of 1 month. Look at Diego Dello, Bruno Fernandes, and Cristiano Ronaldo. All those are really going to go on and advance up to the quarterfinal or semi-final stage. Look at Fred Rodriguez, Casemiro, and Anthony. All those are fast starters. That is Brazil. They might go until the semi-final or even play the finale. So it shows you that our team is really going to be stretched a lot. Denmark, I believe, and I tip them to go out of the group of the World Cup. So it shows you that we're going to be playing lots of games, and those players that are going to be playing the World Cup are the ones that Erik Ten Hag is going to welcome back at Old Trafford to go on and really start off in the game of Nottingham. I don't know how he's going to do it, because when you look at the fixture of the World Cup fixtures, the finale is really going to be played, is it on the 23rd of December, if I'm not mistaken? Show me the finale. The finale is going to be played on the 18th of December, meaning that if maybe Portugal is playing the finale, that means the players of United, close to 3 or 5, 6 players that start for United, will have to really return in the camp. I think the following day or 20th, meaning they'll be having 6 days to come in and really be talked to by the manager whether they're going to play the game of Nottingham or not. But that shows you that the squad that we are supposed to be having is really going to be the reason as to why we go on and win that game of Nottingham. After playing Nottingham, we are having a series of games. You get, there is that game you're going to play, is it on 28th, 29th, then on 1st, is it we playing on 31st or 1st? Very many games are lined up for Manchester United, meaning that Ten Hag needs to go on and really look into his squad because the likes of Malacia are going. Malacia is also going in the World Cup. So even we are looking at the second string side of the players that we are going to be using to play. Obviously, most of them are going to be away. So it's really going to be a very tricky game against Nottingham and that first week. But not only to Manchester United, but to other teams also like Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, and very many others. So I believe Ten Hag has the best plan for Manchester United. But let's wait and see how he's really going to execute his plan that is really going to help us propel to the next level of really beating teams like teams like Nottingham that we're playing on the 26th of December. Now we are having a story coming in from Manchester United. It's official. Casemiro, Diego Dallo, Lisandro Martinez, and Marcus Rashford have all been nominated for the Manchester United Player of the Month. Obviously, I believe Rashford is going to win it because this month he has been on fire. He has scored very many goals. He scored a brace against Omonia. He has gone ahead to score against the team which goes by the names of West Ham. Those are 3 goals. I think Diego Dallo has scored a goal and has played very well. Casemiro, to me, would have been him and Lisandro Martinez are the most suitable for this Vatolos to give it. But I believe the fans are really going to go in for either Diego Dallo or Marcus Rashford. I don't know who do you believe you want to win this trophy or this award of the month of October. But obviously, we are waiting to see who you guys are really going to go on and vote because very many people really are in love with Casemiro, others in Lisandro Martinez. But let's wait and see who's really going to be voted. But I believe it's supposed to be between Casemiro and Lisandro Martinez, according to me. But I think in the fans' view, it's between Diego Dallo and Marcus Rashford. You see, among us all these, Marcus Rashford is the most popular Manchester United player. And obviously, him scoring 3 goals and having scored that goal against West Ham to make 100 career goals for Manchester United, and he's in the 100 goals club for Manchester United. So that is really so fresh into the minds of the fans of United that are really going to go onto the app of Manchester United or website and vote. And I believe it's really going to be so much determinant on him winning this Player of the Month award for Manchester United. So let's wait and see who is really going to win the accolade. I know in the space of 1 week they are going to be announcing the winner of this accolade of the winner or the Player of the Month for Manchester United. Now you know that Pogba is missing out on the World Cup. We all know that. And secondly, he's really one of those players that is not going to be forgotten at Manchester United for being an injury-prone player. And obviously, he's missing the World Cup because of him being injured. And obviously, we've had a story from the ex-manager of Juventus, who goes by the names of Lugui, my friend. He has gone and told us that behind the failure of Juventus team, there is also the poor performance of the transfer campaign. Then let's face it. If United gives away Paul Pogba so easily, they must have known something about his injury. So maybe United looked at Paul Pogba and said, this guy is injured, he's inconsistent. On his best day, he's one of the best midfielders in the world, no doubts on Paul Pogba. He's the best in the world, but how are you going to keep him in shape to really get and deliver the best of him? It's you keeping him fit. And obviously, even when they kept him fit, he couldn't keep himself fit. You get? Every 2 months, Paul Pogba used to sustain an injury that could keep him out for a month, meaning that out of a season of 10 months, Paul Pogba would be available for like 4 months. So it shows you how inconsistent he was, but we've been told that it's because United gave him out easily and they knew the problem, they couldn't really retain him. And who masterminded this stroke? It was Erik ten Hag, because the board asked him are you looking forward at really renewing the contract of Paul Pogba? He said no. Remember, Pogba became a free agent on the 1st of July, and Ten Hag was confirmed or started his duties as a Manchester United manager after the final game on the 22nd of May, where we are beaten by Crystal Palace by how many goals? By 1-0 at Selhurst Park. And during that time, he was assessing all these players, though most of them had gone to the holiday, but he was assessing them, and the board was asking him, who should we retain? Because we had very many players who left on a free. One, Edson Cavani. The other is Paul Pogba, Nemanja Matic, Juan Mata, Jesse Lingard. Which other player left as a free agent? Those are 5 players that left as free agents, meaning that the board really offered them to Erik Ten Hag, and Ten Hag said, no way, no way, no way. I don't need any of those players. The only player that Ten Hag really wanted was Nemanja Matic, because he came out and revealed that I wanted Nemanja Matic to stay, but Matic said, I had already said my bye-byes to, or conveyed my bye-byes to the United fan base, and I couldn't really turn around Jose Mourinho and turn heel on him. So guys, thank you very much for watching it. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we upload on the daily. On the Pogba story, there is something I had forgotten. That, do you know that if at all Paul Pogba had stayed, maybe we wouldn't have gotten Casemiro or Eriksen? Yet these two players, Casemiro and Eriksen, are really not injury prone. Eriksen has just missed only 1 game of United ever since he started to play. 30 years of age, playing very well, responsible for that assist that saw Rashford really thunder that head into the back of the net to make it 1-0 in the 38th minute at that game at Old Trafford. He's consistent. Look at Casemiro, consistent. He is a player who doesn't disorganize the dressing room. And obviously, they've done more things than Pogba has done in the game of football. And they're still calm and composed and really want to go on and play at the world's best level in the terms of football. So, let's wait and see what's going to happen as far as Paul Pogba is concerned. That means Ten Hag really saw it and we declare him as a wise man, because the Englishman says, it says the wise see ahead. And obviously, he really forwarded that Paul Pogba might become a problem at Manchester United, and obviously they say the board no new contract, because Pogba came out and said that United had really proposed a contract of £300,000 a week for him, and he said no to it, meaning knowing that maybe teams like Real Madrid were going to come in for him. And obviously Pogba had only one option, to go to Juventus, and it was really very much worrying, and it showed you how much he was not valued by other teams, and it really knocked down his ego. The ego in him was knocked down by the lack of teams that really wanted him, because the suitors were not there apart from Juventus, and obviously returned to Juventus and he's there injured, battling with a calf injury. And I believe if at all he was really taken to surgery in the transfer summer window, I believe he would have gone into go and really play into the World Cup, because if at all he underwent that surgery in June, July, August, September, October, you get November, he would have been back, because it would have required him like 4 or 5 months to recover. But obviously he said no to it and then later accepted, because he never wanted to miss out on the World Cup. So your reactions to those 3 stories are welcome in the comment section below. I remain Rock and David. Onto the United Matters channel, smash the like button close to 200 times, and obviously let's subscribe, because we want to hit 9,000 subscribers anytime from now, and we are left with 300 to hit 9,000 subscribers. I hand you over to the Almighty Lord. See you later.